¿Cómo estamos? Toda mi gente bonita del Belly, del RGV, Westlaco, Texas. Mercedes y Donna y todo el que ande por ahí, por esos rumbos. ¿Cómo ha ido de agua? Ha llovido bastante, ¿verdad? Ya no aguanto el zacate, lo tengo hasta las orejas. Y zancudos, olvídate. ¿Qué pasó con el Precinct One? Que no quieres ser nada para los zancudos. Antes pasaban cada rato con... No, ahora no pueden salir para afuera. Te pescan ahí, te hacen invade. But anyway, we're going to start week 3 off. It was a real good football weekend. A lot of surprises. Was the first surprise of all was, of course, the Cowboys going down the way they did after they had really done well with the Browns last week. No me era un blowout pesado. El Carr jugó como un campeón y pues el Prescott jugó como what he is, just a good quarterback. I don't know what's going to happen, but something needs to happen by. The only good thing is that we played the Ravens and they lost again this week. They lost to the Raiders, and really, it's always down to the wire with the Raiders and the Chiefs. I wish it was like that with the Cowboys, because I wanted it to be a close game, but of course it was over by the first couple of quarters. That was it. So, but look at how you still tenías esperanzas que they would come back and do a Roger Staubach Hail Mary, but no, it got really out of hand. And olvídate, I think they scored out of their first 6 drives, they scored, I think the first one was 80-yard drive, the Saints, and then the second one was a 70-yard drive, the third one another 70, and the other like a 69, and then another 20, which was a field goal. They scored on their first 6 drives. If it's not a touchdown, they scored a field goal. So the defense was the one that couldn't stop the running game. Of course, Kamara is still as fast as ever, and Elliott got a chance. I thought if it would have been anybody else, it would have been Pollard. He would have broke it, and they caught him from behind. I don't know if you all remember that play. I think it was maybe the third quarter. Prescott was almost going to get sacked, and he lobbed it to Elliott right in the middle, and he was all by himself. But of course, they caught him from behind after 30 yards. Anybody else would have ran all the way. But yeah, he's slow. He's only 29. He's only 29, but he's running like 39. So, but chinga. And then the problem is with the Cowboys that I saw was every time they bring in Elliott, because they're waiting on him. They know he's going to get it. That switching of running backs is not working because of course Deuce. I think he's too small. He's quick, but he hasn't done anything since last year, and he got it like 4 times this time in Amebas. The guys are too big for him, and he's trying to go under him, but I think he's even smaller than Barry Sanders. Barry Sanders was a little bit, I think he was a little heavier, a little tougher, a little bigger boned than this guy. So I don't think Deuce is going to last very long. Donald, they should have just kept him in there, or Doodle, whatever his name is. He played like Doodle, so I guess they should change his name to Doodle. Elliott, for me, they should just keep him in there. They should just rotate him every 3 plays. If they don't make it then get the other one in on the next rotation, because that switching, every time he comes in, they're already keying on him, and they were waiting for him. Every time he got the ball, he didn't make anything. And Kamara, no, they leave him in there, and they're passing, and of course, the guy was passing really good, and was chinga. The Carr hasn't played. He's already 36. I thought he was younger, and he's playing better than our 31-year-old. So Dak Prescott has got some work ahead of him. Of course, we don't have. If I'd have been the coach, I would have set him down early third quarter, and should have gave Trey Lance a shot. I mean, why did they get him if they're not going to give him a shot? What are they doing? Cooper Rush is in there. Cooper Rush he's just a backup. He'll never be the lead in anybody's team. So anyway, I was really disappointed with the outcome of the game. Pero pues así es la vida, 44-19. 44-19, no vieron al Carr que hasta se hizo grab el crotch area, como que right there in front of everybody, like, just to really suck it to the Cowboys fans. So, chinga, it was just a disgrace. Hopefully, with the Ravens coming in at 0-2, they're gonna want to win because if they don't win and go in 3, they're not even gonna make they could not even make it for the playoffs if 0-3. So they're gonna try and beat us. Everybody tries to beat the Cowboys. Hopefully, of course, as soon as the yo me fui a esconder abajo la cama as soon as the Cowboys. I thought everybody's gonna come out. Who that? Who that? Of course, a couple people did, pero as soon as I heard that the San Francisco lost, I came out of the bed again. As 49ers lost, I can come out. And it's not gonna be that bad after all. And then, like Cosaldre, the Lions lost. Everybody was losing. The Giants lost. Of course, they faced Washington. It was a close game, 23-20, I believe. But the only ones that blew out, of course, the Buffalo Bills blew out the Miami, and their quarterback got hurt in Miami. It's the Tua. I think it's a Hawaiian guy. He got really hurt. He's always prone to head injuries, concussions, and they were thinking of retiring. He was thinking of retiring. They told him to retire. The coach told him to retire, and they're gonna be in the injury reserve for a while in the IL, and he's not gonna retire. Supposedly, he said he's still got some football left. He's only 26 years old, so he's taking some good hits. And of course, the NFL are they're big people. And if you're Deuce Vaughn, pues you're not going to last very long. But anyway, the Baltimore Ravens lost to the Raiders at the end. Also, the Ravens have not been playing good ball. Their quarterback, no está. He's not doing the way he used to. He's not throwing well. He's doing like a little Dak Prescott imitation, but lefty. So he's going to be 0-3 coming into the Cowboys next week, and it's going to be a good game because we need to win, and of course, it's a must that they win. And the Philadelphia Eagles, I slept like a baby last night when I saw the Philadelphia Eagles lost at the end. I thought they were going to pull it off again, but Jalen Hurts hasn't been playing the first game. Tampoco lo noté medio como que no quería correr y como que no quería jugar bien. Antes jugaba, corría, y pues ya están doliendo los fregazos, and they start slowing down like the guy from the Panthers, the Carolina Panthers, que he retired. He's done because he ran too much. Y así le va a pasar a los Buffalo Bills porque está grande y todo, pero after a while your body can only take so much, and it's over. Your career's short. So the guy for the Baltimore Ravens, también, I don't think he ran too much because they want to make him pocket quarterbacks. Prescott was a scrambling quarterback. Este cabrón también was a scrambling quarterback, pero ya no quieren porque tienen miedo que se golpeen. It's early in the season. Y el Jalen Hurts también. Él quiere correr. He wants the ball in his hands. First couple of seasons, he didn't throw it to nobody. He would do it himself, and then he would win. But now ya le pescaron, ya lo tanquín al guy, ya le pescaron el rollo, y perdió también. Perdieron todos los que deben haber ganado este season. Todos los experts que están, everybody picked the Cowboys to win. I thought the Cowboys it was going to be a close game. I thought it was going to be a close game. It was a blowout. Olvídate. The Longhorns and the Saints were the ones that blew out everybody, and the Bills blew out the Dolphins. The rest of the games were pretty close. Pittsburgh won. Denny Castaneda, te mando saludos. Ganaste los Pittsburgh Steelers. Of course, you guys played. Who did you play? Let me see who you played. Pittsburgh, the Browns. Okay, no, the Jaguars beat the Browns. Pittsburgh Steelers. Let me see. Ahorita te digo que le jugaron los Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't have it here. Buffalo played Miami. Well, they played. It was 16-10. I don't know if it's a chart. No, the Browns won 18-13 against the Jaguars, and the Pittsburgh Steelers, Denver. They beat Denver 13-6. The Rams lost to Arizona. Fíjate, el Chaparrito Murray is back again, and he did well against the Rams. 41-10. He blew them out. Also, of course, the Giants lost to the Washington Redskins 21-18, and of course the Texans. The Texans did really, really well. They won. The Texans won. Bueno, ya los traban al último, pero of course the defense held up, and they won like 16-10, I think, or 19-10. They won 19-13 against the Bears, and they did really, really well. Uh, el quarterback está muy bueno. Y el de Chicago también era first round pick. Estaba jugando bien, más que es rookie todavía. And he needs a little bit, a couple of years, and he'll be good. Déjame calibrarme nomás un ratito. Ahí les voy. Early on Tuesday is barely 3:17. That's when we started the show. About 3. So, Kansas City Chiefs, of course, they got helped again. Joe Burrow played a wonderful game. El Mahomes no hizo nada. Y todavía gana. Last week también ya le andaba. Y ganaron al último otra vez. Les ayudaron otra vez. Wasn't that they won by the toe? Was that the Ravens? Yeah, I think they beat the Ravens. And this one, the Cincinnati Bengals are going to win already. And of course, they called a penalty on the receiver. I think the safety hit him to the back, and they put it within 50 yards for the kicker, which is a great kicker. And he made it, and they won 26-25 by 1 point. So, pero los Chiefs tienen impacto con el diablo. Tienen mucha suerte, muchísima suerte. Todos tienen, eso sí, no, aunque jueguen mal, ganan. And that's what a good team does. They find a way to win, even if their quarterback is not playing well. Atlanta did really, really well. Cousins is over there now. I didn't know Cousins was Atlanta. Of course, Cousins started with Washington Redskins, and he played 5 years, and then he went to the Minnesota Vikings. He went to the Minnesota Vikings for another 5 years. Ahora lo tiene Atlanta y güey, pues he's 36, como te digo. Y le ganó a Jalen Hurts 22-21. New York Giants perdieron. So, our division with the Cowboys, right now, it's up for grabs. Because everybody was going for Philadelphia. And now Philadelphia plays New York Saints coming up on the third week. So, imagínate, you think the Eagles don't? If we win, if Cowboys win, pues we're in a good position to dictate our future as the games go on and on. Because hopefully by the fifth game, you can tell who's going to win the division or who has a chance to win the division. So they got a big game coming up, and pues it's not a given because the Saints están buenos. So they got the Saints are coming up at 12 on Sunday, September 22nd, and of course the Patriots and the Jets will be on Thursday's night game. It'll be at 7:15. The Jets va a estar el Aaron Rodgers contra the new quarterback to los Patriots, Jalen Ramsey o Jalen algo se llama. Y pues siguen los Broncos Buccaneers. The Broncos have not been doing well. The Buccaneers, I mean, they're a good team. They got a good defense, pero tampoco they're not up to par. Of course, the Colts have not won one game. Gilito, I'm sorry, but your Colts no traen nada. Les dieron tronco otra vez, and pues they can't score any points, just like the Cowboys can't score any points. So they're gonna hit the Bears next. The Bears lost this week, so the Bears and the Colts. I think the Bears are 0-2, and I think the Colts are 0-2. And they'll be playing together. Texans are going to play the Vikings. The Vikings just beat, of course, a really, really good team. And the Texans beat last night. They won also. And they're 2-0. Both of them are 2-0. I think we got 4 teams that are 2-0, which is the Texans. The Vikings is going to be probably the game of the week because they're both 2-0. And the Chiefs are 2-0. And there's another team that's 2-0. I think the Saints. The Saints are 2-0. So there's only 4 games. There's only 4 teams. This is what I'm saying. There's not going to be too many. I'm thinking they might not even be a 5. Remember, every season there's a 5-0 team and a dominant team. There might not even be one because everybody's losing. The Chiefs should have lost this game. They would have been también 1-1. But of course, like I say, they got some. They're not going to play. They're going to play a pretty weak team. Next week, they play the Falcons. That's going to be a good game because the Falcons just won. So, but it's just as the Chiefs do well one week, and then they do bad another week. but they find a way to win. The Ravens and the Cowboys, they're both doing bad. Of course, the Ravens are doing worse than the Cowboys. So I'm looking forward to seeing that one on the 22nd. It's going to be a 3:30 game, 3:25 game, and hopefully we can come back and beat the Ravens because of course everybody plays good against the Cowboys, and our defense couldn't stop the running game against the Saints, and of course Ravens quarterback going to come out and run the ball, and that's that's what he does. He runs the ball and runs the ball, and if you have they're going to see the tape and they're going to know that running is better against and a deep ball, the deep threat. Oye, quemaron a los dos al safety, al otro. That guy from the Saints has a 270 something yard bombs que se avientan, and they beat the first team the first week, and then they beat the Cowboys with the same play down the middle, and Carr puts it right in the money. But I think we have the Bengals are going to come back and they're going to beat the Washington Redskins. I have it predicted that on Monday. The Commanders are going to lose, and if the Cowboys win, and if it goes the way it's going, if the Eagles don't do good against the Saints, because I'm going to be rooting for the Saints, because they're not even the Saints are in another division. So I'm going to be rooting for the Saints to beat the Washington Redskins and the Giants to lose and the Eagles to lose, because I'm a Cowboys fan. So even though the Cowboys are not doing well, I think what was this? I think there was a season that the NFC. I think they made the playoffs with an 8-6 or 8-something record. So they don't have a chance. Maybe they make it on a wild card, but once you get to but of course we got injuries. Este cabrón the Saints, Carr. I don't think he's had a season. That's why I got rid of him. Every season he gets hurt. He got a hamstring. He's got this. He's got that. And that's when you go downhill, when you lose your best player or one of your best players. El running back de los Texans, he got hurt, but he finished the game. And Mixon came back and finished the game. So the Texans are doing really, really well. I think the Texans and the Minnesota Vikings game is going to be the game of the week, because they're 2-0. And of course the Bills are going to beat the Jaguars. I predict the Bills are going to beat the Jaguars. The Cowboys and Ravens are right now, they're struggling teams. But I'm a Cowboys fan. I got to go with the Cowboys. And the Rams and the 49ers, the Rams just lost, the 49ers lost. I predict the 49ers are going to come back and do well against the Rams. I predict that the Seahawks they're going to beat the Dolphins, because the Dolphins quarterback will be out. The Bears are going to beat the Colts. The Buccaneers are going to beat the Broncos, and the Saints will probably beat the Eagles. And I got the Jets beating the Patriots. The Patriots lost this week also. The Browns, I'm going to pick the Browns to beat the Giants because they won this week. They're not too bad. They played pretty good. Texans, I'll take the Texans over the Vikings. And I'll take the Packers over the Titans. The Packers are doing well. I think they're 2-0 also. And I'm going to go, this is the battle of the worst teams in the league. The Raiders against the Panthers. Well, since the Panthers beat the Ravens, I'm going to go with the Raiders against the 0-2 Panthers. And I'm going to pick the Lions to come back after their defeat this week to beat the Cardinals. And the Chiefs and the Falcons, just because I hate the Chiefs more than I hate the Eagles, I'm going to beat the Falcons to do well against the Chiefs. That's going to be my underdog game of the week. And I'm going to pick the Bengals. The Bengals will come back. Joe Burrow's going to come back against the Commanders. So, of course, I got to pick against the Washington Commanders. Now that the basketball, Magic Johnson has a part ownership with the Washington Commanders, hopefully they bring back the name. He said he's going to bring back the name to the Redskins. Hopefully they'll do that next year, because the Commanders, I don't even remember their names sometimes. So I'm going to pick the Bengals to go to beat the Washington, and then and that's going to be the week 3. And I'll come back and see you guys on Tuesday. Otra calibrarme una vez. Saludos a Raúl Lucio, que fuimos a Progreso, yo y mi señora para Progreso, y me pararon ahí. Era Raúl Lucio, está casado, es cuñado de Rock and Roll James, y vino y me estaba Kerry Cavazos. He's married to Rock and Roll James' wife's sister. se llama Rally. I don't remember Rock and Roll James' sister's name, pero he said to give him a shout out, and here's a shout out to Raúl Lucio. And para que no digas que no me acordé de ti, y aunque anda medio más para acá que para allá, pero me acordé de ti, Mr. Lucio. Ahí me le saludos al Rock and Roll James. Dile que todavía lo tengo en la lista para un interview one-on-one, a ver cuándo se quiere venir a dar unos golpes conmigo como de la juega de Canelo. ¿Entiendes? So let him know, and we'll see you guys next week. Make sure and tune in to #OVT. Y ahí los miro todos, mi gente bonita del Valley. Short and sweet. Ciao, baby. Okay, mi gente, we teamed up with La Esquina Sports Podcast for the #OVT Takeover on the iHeart Radio app. Like, share, and please subscribe. Ahí los vemos pronto from the #OVT, el original. Ciao, baby.